Bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the football.
And right away, he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Not only a fumble loss there, but a fumble lost on your first drive in your own territory.
Now you're dealing with a lot of stuff here because you feel bad going off the field because you gave up the football. How does your own defense feel now having to go out there and stop them when the momentum is clearly shifted in their favor?
And that is incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, and now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Now Jones. The throw for Tony is intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And the Giants are going to get the football back at their own 17. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with...
It got his man complete. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, 83 yards. And the Giants have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing is Rodgers. This is caught by Antonio Brown. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere. This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 20. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Throwing, Jones. Buying time to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On 2nd and 10, Jones. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call knock.
Touchdown, Giants! Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Gano the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ballgame as they come up 1st and 10. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game. That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Eluding the pressure right. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. This one swung out here to Jones. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
And he'll be taken down, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that is incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Dancing to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now's not the time to panic. All is well, somewhat calm, only down 14-0. So
and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. That's going to be a 103-yard kickoff return. What a run. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is up to 18 now. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10. As opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
51 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the stream, the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Rodgers. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. It's complete to Brown, right side. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
You can already start to hear this crowd. They're saying, go for it.
Yeah, have we ever been at a game where you've heard the crowd go, field goal, field goal?
No, I have not. That's a good point.
Yeah, they always want to go for it, and I think they've got the right idea right now. The way they've moved the ball in this drive, I wouldn't stop that momentum. Go get it.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run. A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
On 3rd down, Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. Not much there, only a yard. I've worked with you long enough now to know you like that decision. Go safe, pressure coming, hit your guy underneath.
It's an excellent decision, but he knew it came with consequences, and that's him getting hit on the play, but able to dump it to his running back and gain some yardage. I liked everything about it, especially his ability to stay in the pocket and execute. Good strong throw and catch right there, and so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Looking downfield for Kelsey. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. Open man, it's the tight end Kelsey. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. Looking to throw. Jones. And Ingram hauls it in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
60 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Off play action. Jones. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business in the line of scrimmage and dominating.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Giants take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Gano the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll run with Hunt. They find some open field here. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
And incomplete on the deep ball. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead 3rd quarter. And now this pass brought in by Brown. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
It's a nice completion and a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And he'll go down at the 28.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
On first down, Rodgers. Forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And this one's incomplete.
And the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
To the right side, it's Kelsey.
And he is going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll go again to Jones. And here he'll get it down to the 7. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, some nice running right there. That's what got them the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter play. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Drops it to Jones in the flat. Touchdown! Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Rodgers will throw for it. A quick throw, but incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Following the penalty, Chubb, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Jones off the play fake. And finding the tight end Rudolph. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42.
84 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. And again, it's Chubb. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Here's Jones from the gun on third down. He's going deep for Brown.
And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This to make it a 3-score game late. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game. And that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan.
And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 33. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time. But now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Giants on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Jones. This will be caught by Brown. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. Here's Riley Dixon now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd.
96 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Chubb.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Giants, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll get another road date next week when they take on Washington. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire